Pops it out to Gakpo. That is a brilliant pass, and Gakpo's only Gakpo. Trying to weave his way through, but blocked off by players in white shirt. Kwanzaa, read it. Kulusevski's there, but Kwanzaa strong too. Berryvale wins it on. Here goes Spurs. Ball seriously stretched. Kulusevski was solid. He tries to find him, and it's away by Tsimikas. Basuma. Great work from Basuma. Son will drive it. Close to turning it into Gray. It's his move. Jones on the outside. Salah drives. And he pulled at the shot, the Egyptian.
He's not had a shot to save as the young goalkeeper.
He's
been very prominent with the ball at his feet.
Tsimikas delivers. Marteta is some chance.
And in the end, I think McAllister, actual power in the header, goes straight into Kinski's hands.
It's going to be 11 minutes at the end of the first half after the Bentancur injury. Jota, a lovely skill through Basuma. Spurs are in retreat. Jota comes away with it. Gakpo now, Salah ahead of him. Little nudge by Pedro. Gakpo with a drive, and Kinski does hold on.
He does, he slipped. It's not a Premier League game, it's a semi-final. It's a first leg that you have to stay in. You have to be in the second leg with a chance.
Gakpo will have McAllister. Bends one himself.
Well, we've seen that's what he does, off the left side, onto his favoured right foot, trying to wind it into the top. We'll just protect that over the byline as the half-time whistle's blown.
Here's Gakpo. Alisson under pressure from Berryvale. Oh! That's won it. Porro with a tap in. Van Dijk with a block. Porro with a second, and he's missed it.
Very, very lucky in respect of just not striking the ball. Had he done, Berryvale gets up, nicks it back to Porro, shot blocked, and the second attempt it agonisingly wide. He doesn't actually strike the ball, and it ricochets. Brilliant recovery from Berryvale. Feeds it for Porro for the second attempt, and
Liverpool move.
And Son stayed down, holding that left leg.
Salah's, and Kinski keeps it out. Tsimikas has pinched that from Porro, but Dragusin covers off the run of Darwin Nunez.
Yes, yeah, just not quite warm at the moment, coming off the bench in these cold.
But to shut down Kinski. Nunez, the international teammate of Roger. Luis Diaz. Nunez, and Kinski holds on. Jones, Salah gets back on side. He now runs at Spence and slips it into Darwin Nunez. A really clever pass, but the save matches it from Tony Kinski.
First time he's really been tested.
Career, and this is one of his standout moments.
Yeah, look at the run in behind. Tight angle, but he covers that near post.
Alexander-Arnold blasts. Dragusin on the line. McAllister wide.
Great clearance from Dragusin. Praises centre half. I think it's going in. Dragusin back on his own goal line. Clears as it fit. Yep, great block. Really was. Brilliant defensive position.
Well, that's a goal were it not for the Romanian. That was flying in. And McAllister. And cuts it out. Basuma kind of half covering for him at centre-back. Hey. Werner. There's Werner into that very gap. Squares up to Endo. Still Werner.
Well, that's exactly why he's...
Spurs looking to end that 17 years without a trophy. His ball is perfect. Solanke's on. Solanke's through. Solanke scores and brings this tie to life.
A Porro pass. Oh, he's offside, I think. Off the shoulder of Endo, but then two touches and a take nothing away. Not from this, but...
So the video assistant is Paul Tierney.
Offside. Just offside.
Just find Timo Werner. Alexander-Arnold tries to do it, and it's away by Van Dijk. Werner. Berryval. Spence wants Werner as the option. Kulusevski. Good turn, the shot. He bobbles into Dominic Solanke. Alisson deals with it. On his yellow, makes the foul. Off go Liverpool. Referee plays advantage. Nunez, Gravenberg to hit. Held by Kinski. Solanke making that run again. It's swerving away from Konate. Has his help, and there it is! Berryval arrived, and Spurs lead the tie!
One, they didn't let Tsimikas come on. Two, they felt the ball's played forward. And Dominic Solanke, brilliant centre-forward play, holding off Konate, drives to side foot, brilliantly into the bottom corner. This is awareness, quality of pass, sensational finish.
Spurs had come close. Spurs had the ball in the Liverpool net, but this one stands. And will they return to Alexander-Arnold? Liverpool
semi-final that has come to life.
Alexander-Arnold pings it out to Luis Diaz, who does. Diaz in, there were runners, away by Spence.
Good covering header from Spence at the back post.
Van Dijk. Diaz tries to stay on side here for Liverpool. Jones on the outside, in. Oh, what a save by Kinski!
Great reaction. Diaz off the outside of his right to his right-hand side.
Solanke's been excellent again. Kulusevski will have his runners as the main one. Now at more than 8 minutes of added time, but they head to Anfield with the lead and real hope of reaching Wembley, Clive Allen.
Alive. Slight advantage for us going into that game. Referee will be the centre.
Many of us are aware of the unsinkable ship that sunk on its maiden voyage, the Titanic. The ship was guaranteed to be so safe that it was labeled as the unsinkable. The manufacturing company said that even God could not sink that ship, and yet it did not complete its first journey. Doesn't that sound a little strange? Till now, we have been told that in 1912 it was the largest ship of that time, the Titanic, that hit an iceberg and sank in the Atlantic Ocean. However, there is a very popular conspiracy theory that suggests that the ship that sank on April 15th, 1912 was not the Titanic. The Titanic was owned by J.P. Morgan, who also happened to own another ship, the Olympic. Now, the Olympic was very old and required a lot of maintenance to be done. The ship was also in some sort of an accident, and the company was in need of a lot of money as well. So J.P. Morgan devised a cunning plan. Instead of the Titanic, the Olympic was prepared for the voyage, disguised as the Titanic. The name Olympic was painted off at the very last moment, and the name RMS Titanic was freshly inscribed on it. There is also a burnt mark on the ship's hull. Of course, a newly constructed ship that never went to the seas cannot have it unless it was a used ship. The theory is that J.P. Morgan on purpose sank the Olympic, which was actually disguised as the Titanic, because he knew that would allow him to get a lot of money from the Titanic's insurance. There was no point in sinking the newly built Titanic when he could sink an old ship that anyway required repairs and maintenance. So he scratched off the paint, swapped the names, and sank the Olympic. The insurance money was claimed as a result. But it gets worse. Among 2,400 passengers on the so-called Titanic were present all the business competitors of J.P. Morgan, each one of them. None of them survived. J.P. Morgan invited them to the maiden voyage of the Titanic, but himself canceled his ticket just 20 minutes prior to the ship's departure. There was a guy named James Fenton who worked on the ship and survived the wreck. On his deathbed, his last words were, "The Titanic never sank. It was the Olympic, and people never lie on their deathbeds."